And here we are, brother, sister, Arsenal therapy. This is the one. I'm going to say the one. Why is she putting down balloons there for? I'm going to say this is the one here. Me and Elliot called this, and the one, the diva, she bottled it. She left us out to high, dry. I'm Ty, the host. We have Elliot. We have Diva K. We're going hard. 1-0 to the Arsenal. I'm excited. Elliot, are you excited?
Very.
Krisha, the one, even though you tried to come back in on it, how are you feeling, Krish? And where are you, Krish?
Listen, Linda, listen, Linda,
Linda.
listen.
Yeah, Linda. Okay, fair enough.
It was. I don't know where to start, man. There was a lot to unravel. And I just need to give a heads up to everybody. I'm in Dubai right now. Living my best life. And I have got a bit of a cold. This aircon's serious out here. So yeah.
That's not the question I asked you. I asked you.
Can I give my people the backstory? Because all of a sudden you're wearing an Arsenal top and I'm not. Like, you hypocrite. I was loyal. I'm loyal. Just because we've been 1-0. Okay. Let's be honest. Did you think we was actually going to win today?
Yes, I did.
Watching the game?
On today?
Yes.
Okay, right. Are you asking me or Elliot? Are you asking me or Elliot?
I'm asking both of you because I think we all saw what happened in the third minute.
Okay. When Ake should have scored, but he didn't, the first 20 minutes, we were shaky. I will say this. The first 20 minutes, we were very shaky. After
Maybe Pep needs to just hurry on, bring back Ramsdale, for goodness sake. Bring his backside back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right.
Elliot. Ramsdale does stupid stuff. Granted. What the heck was that today? Come on.
There was a couple of moments. Because I'm go on, Elliot. Go on.
I'll say this. Raya grew into the game. There was a bit of nerves in the first part. Listen, you know what? In actuality, this is probably Raya's biggest match of his career. Let's face facts here. He's never been in this sort of high profile.
That's what I said to you, Krisha. That's what I said.
And he was saying to himself, "Okay, there's Edison on the other side, and he's been there, done that. He's got the T-shirt, right? Raya's in this match saying, okay, I gotta prove myself. I gotta show myself. I knew Arsenal #1. This is why they brought me here for a match such as today. And he got nervous to begin with. He had some miscues, he had some mistakes, but as you saw, he grew into the game. By the second half, he was pinging balls left, right, and center. They're meeting their targets. Any cross. Listen, one thing that Raya didn't get wrong at all were any sort of corners coming in, any sort of crosses coming in. He was magnificent.
No, wait. First half, Guardiola, that cross. And Haaland almost could have scored. And Raya was nowhere to be seen.
Can we say Ross just spent another 10 million for my pocket? Give the man another 10 million for that header. Give the guy another. Actually, give him another 15 mil.
Go on. Carry on.
And as I was saying, second half he was flawless. He really did. He was out there. He was about to say, "Okay, I'm in this now." It's like a title fight. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's gonna take a few rounds for you to get into it. And when he got into it, there was no stopping him. And listen, City barely got a sniff in the second half. To be fair, I think we really took it to him in the second half. And despite the fact that there was luck on the goal, we deserved our luck. But getting back to the point, Raya was shaky to start, but at the finish, he finished well. And I think this bodes well for his career here at Arsenal. I think he'll grow into such big matches. I don't think he's had the sort of spotlight he had on him today. But again, he'll learn from this, and he'll be better for the experience.
Okay.
All I know is Ramsdale was going, I hope you saw that. Tell me you saw that. I
You
know
know
he said
what?
that Arteta that.
I'll tell you one thing. So, of course, I'm in the UK, so we haven't got Sky Sports. Every time Ryan made a mistake, that camera went straight to Ramsdale. Like,
Ramsdale was like, oh, let's just get this thing
Ramsdale was like this.
disappeared.
I saw the guy, yeah. At one point, I saw him doing this. I was like, oh, he's stretching the fingers. He was doing this. He's like, I'm coming on soon. I know
Yeah.
I'm coming. So, the one thing I'll
Yeah.
tell you this, like, with Raya, it must have been a corner that came in. The corner was a cross, and he was in no man's land. And when Rice headed the ball off the line, that looked a bit dodge, right? When Alvarez closed Raya down and the ball hit the side netting,
Oh,
right? Bit dodge. And I said to myself, this is the point where maybe Arteta, because the first international break, Ramsdale started, yeah? And then coming after the international break, they gave Raya in the sticks. Now this is the second international break. Against Chelsea, October the 21st, when we hit the cruise, October the 21st, 5:30 at Stamford Bridge. October the 21st, who is going to be in goal? Who do you think? Who do you think?
I don't have to say anything. Do I have to say something? Do you want me to say something on this?
Who do you think is going to be in goal October the 21st against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge?
It's 4 letters. First letter R,
uh-huh.
last A, and it rhymes with Maya.
Oh,
Okay,
Ramsdale.
so
Okay.
you
Okay.
don't like. I think it's going to be Ramsdale.
You think it's gonna be Ramsdale?
I don't know, you know. Baby
Man,
Pep's got this kind of look at Kai. He
No,
plays this guy
no.
every single time.
Okay, yes, but listen. He would look at the first 4 games, we didn't lose, yeah?
mm-hmm,
The next batch of 4 games, we still didn't lose. But the
mm-hmm,
last 2 games, we lost one because of Raya's mistake. This game, going into the magnitude of the game, we could
mm-hmm.
have lost. We
No, we
could
could
have
have.
because of
Seriously, if it
his
wasn't for
mistake.
Rice, and that's one thing I think we need to really appreciate having those kind of players that knows where the ball potentially can go, and you place yourself there. He placed
I mean,
himself there, got it
I can
covered.
see Elliot is like, nah. I'm telling you, I think
Let
Ramsdale's
me
going
say
to
this. Let me say this.
go on.
You don't know that David Raya is the new number one at Arsenal. You must have been under a rock for the last few weeks. That is the new number one. Until he makes some drastic mistake, he's not pulling him out. It's done. It's over with. It's finished now. It's up for Ramsdale to fight for his place back. But at the end of the day, there's
Okay,
no mistaking it. He will be there at Stamford Bridge on October 21st. He will be there. It's
on the
Sevilla.
bench.
For
On
Champions
the
League. He
bench.
will.
He'll be there on the bench. He'll be
He
there
will
on the
not be
bench.
there on the bench. He's the
He'll be there on
new
the bench.
one. You're not getting this. That is the man.
I can't
Okay.
wait now. I'm just gonna wait and
That's gonna
wait.
be the one. That's gonna be the one. Okay. What did you think of me and Elliot called this out? We're gonna nullify Haaland. Saliba, Gabriel, and Rice in the first half, partly in the second half. Those 3 guys gave Haaland a lesson. Me and Elliot called it. But Elliot was the one who called it the triangle of death. Elliot was the one who done that.
Triangle. I call it the
The Bermuda
Bermuda
Triangle,
Triangle.
right? Those 3.
However,
What?
however,
However, what?
let's not get too cocky now. Like
I can't.
it
And this is
wasn't
what
all Man City. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Hey, cocky now. When can you get cocky? Saliba just proved to be one of
no.
the best players in Europe right now. You
We
know
never.
what?
Kevin wasn't on the pitch.
Wait a second.
Grealish wasn't on the
Wait a
pitch.
second. Listen, this man Holland is able to bully his way around most of the teams in Europe for crying out loud. Did you see him this week? Did you see him? He's pretty well having his way around the pitch. Today he
Without De
didn't get a sniff.
Bruyne. Without De Bruyne.
Without De Bruyne, today he didn't get a sniff. But on
They
all the
couldn't
subjects that he wants, he didn't
couldn't
get
do
a
it.
sniff.
Couldn't do
Believe
it.
me, you know who's been watching today? Let me tell you who's been watching today. The likes of Real Madrid were watching today. The likes of PSG were watching today. The likes of all the clubs here were watching today.
Preach,
And
preach,
that's
preach.
the guy? Yeah, that's the guy. That's the one that will be the future of defending for the next 5 to 10 years. I told you this. He barely got a sniff. Did you see the first half? When Holland was riding his back, Saliba did that half turn, that right turn, and said, "Oh, the ball's still here. Would you like the ball? Oh, are you the cyber everybody's talking about?" But you know what? I think you've had a malfunction. You may want to go
Yeah,
get them
but
repaired.
Elliot, what
This.
Haaland never had last season is 6 foot plus people defending their goal.
No, Creature. He did. Creature. This is one thing. This is one thing, right? Haaland has never been up against Saliba. I'm gonna say this,
Thank you.
right? Right?
Thank you.
There was one moment in this first, I think it was the first half. There was a ball over the top. Haaland and Saliba ran for the ball.
No. I saw. I
Right?
saw. I saw. I
Haaland
was there.
bounced
Yeah.
off Saliba. Bounced. Creature. I'm gonna say there's a little, he bounced.
I
Right?
know.
Stride for stride.
And
Haaland.
let's not get it twisted. Gabriel gave a yeoman's performance today. He was magnificent. Do not get that twisted, all right? They tried to
I
throw
think the
Alvarez
sun shone
as a
on his
striker
team
situation.
and blinded Haaland. It's like, oh.
You're down fool. You're down fool.
Maybe.
It's a damn. No, this Elliot. This is why I'm so glad. I was on you. Like, get on this show because I had to deal with this. Right. These are the covers that I had to deal with all the time. Elliot.
Well, as your sister, I'm entitled to be like this.
You're entitled to this, and I'm going to hear some of your wild takes again this week. Oh God. Anyway, that song take last time. I was like,
oh yeah. But okay, Eddie, I'll say this though: if we did have Son up front today, because we're going to get into Eddie very soon, but
Yeah.
I heard someone say this, like, we had Eddie, but it was like playing with 10 men today, Arsenal.
he did all he could. He did all he could. He gave a performance that was very, that was spade work. Let me say that, right? However, let's call a spade. Let's call that spade a spade. We need a strike in here badly, like
Yes.
a top strike.
Desperately.
It's desperately needed. That's
Yes.
the icing on. That's what will take this process to the zenith level. A top striker. Now again, Tony's been bantered around a bit. I understand that, but I'm waiting for Osman, man. That kid over there in Italy is begging for his way out, and there's only a few sides that can afford him. One of them is us. I'm waiting for him for next season.
Do you know, this is the problem with Arsenal. I was telling you, so we got someone with us today. So he's a Man City supporter, and I said it's not like Arsenal don't have money to spend. We've got a Brinks truck. We've got a Brinks truck.
We had so much money that they pulled out the rice race. You didn't hear Pep this week.
Yes.
He said, "Oh
Yes.
yeah, we didn't have the money." Okay, fair enough, mate.
But the problem is we need to sell players. But the other problem is we don't have the assets yet to sell. Now we've got two I can talk about. We've got 2 to 3. If we need to do this, if we need to bring in a Neto and a striker, which I think we do, we're going to have to sell Smith Rowe. We're going to have to sell Nelson. No, listen to me. We're going to have to sell Smith Rowe. We're going to have to sell Nelson, and we're going to have to sell Eddie. But the problem is, here's the other caveat. Why we can't sell them? They're free English players. Just a quota.
Yes, quota.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I would sell. Well, listen. I think the Reece Nelson deal is simply because they wanted to get a higher price for his sale.
Yeah, value. Protect the value. Protect the value.
The same can be said for Emil Smith Rowe. I think it protects his value, and the same for Nketiah. But at the end of the day, Nketiah's a full international, so we can get good money for Nketiah now. Well, he is now an England international.
He hasn't played a minute yet. He needs to play at least a minute to become an England international. He's in a squad.
I think he'll get those minutes in this next international break.
I hope so.
I think he'll get those minutes. Yeah.
I hope so. Like, when Havertz come on, Havertz didn't do too much, but he was up. You saw the difference with Havertz up there. He created a minor problem in the height. and the physicality. Because when the ball dropped down to Tomiyasu, he nodded it down, came to have it, he held the ball, laid it off, got the shot, deflected goal. Okay. If that was Eddie in that position, you think
Oh
Eddie would have
Lord.
passed it? Eddie would
No.
have passed it. Eddie would have tried to spin and shoot and go nowhere.
Listen, Nketiah is limited in his skill set. Let's face facts, right? He can spin a man, he can hold up to a certain degree, but he can't. He's not a target man in the
No.
number 9 role as per usual. I mean, Tony's a target man. Hoshiman's a target man. You ping it up to them, they can hold the ball up, they can bring it forward, and that's what Havertz did for that goal he
Yes.
scored.
Yes.
He was, and I think that should be his role going forward
Yes.
at us. Be that target man. Be that man to bring the ball down and bring your wingers in. Bring up Martinelli, bring a Saka involved in the play through your knockdowns. I think that would be a perfect position for Havertz because number 8 ain't working. It is not working. He becomes lost in the shuffle when he's
Yes.
out there, and it's
I mean,
gonna.
can we actually speak about Saka?
No.
Is he going to play the internationals? And if
No.
he
No.
does,
No. He's not. No. 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 But I tell you what's smart. I tell you, Arteta's a pimp, right? Like Arteta in the press conference, he's in contention to play. So I'm giving hopes. I'm thinking, ooh. And then watch again on Sky Sports. You know they do the previews and you see all the players walking into the tunnel.
yeah.
Who did we see come off the bus?
But this was my point. I was like, oh, so he's playing.
I saw Saka, so I'm thinking Saka's gone to start.
Baby
Saka
Pep
made the bench.
He
was saw him in the tunnel. He was saw him in the tunnel. He was like in the tunnel. I was like, oh.
Arteta's a pimp. He pimped us all. He pimped everyone. He made us all think. And then I saw the starting lineup. And Nketiah. No. But at the same time, this does show though, Arsenal can win without Saka.
Yeah.
Huge psychological hurdle overcome because again,
Yes.
I think Arteta had to come to terms with the fact that one day you're gonna have to play without Saka. One day you're gonna have to play without him.
The biggest game.
The biggest game of all, he had to have to come up with a game plan. That's why I give Arteta extra kudos. I mean, listen.
Yeah, but could we win without Martinelli? That's the question.
No, but we have been. We have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, we have been.
We would have got that goal today. We would not have got that goal.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Bournemouth still was without Martinelli.
Without Martinelli. But the one thing Martinelli gave us today was that raw pace that we didn't have with Trossard and Jesus and Eddie.
What's going on with Trossard? Someone speak with me. Trossard was like some bad boy, but he got put on the bench and Arteta wouldn't play.
Don't worry about Trossard.
Now Arteta's playing him.
Listen, Trossard's still that guy. He's that guy. He's that guy, Chris. He's that guy.
No, I know he's that guy. I love him.
When you have Walker on his end, Walker is top right back. Top right back. This guy was absolutely brilliant out there. So let's call it space. He's one of the top right backs in Europe. Let's.
Or just when you keep saying that, I just think of Thierry going in my prime. Who are they?
Yeah, but I'll tell you this though. When Martinelli come on, right? Kyle Walker's 32. He's no scrub. He's still quick.
He's still very quick.
When you saw Martinelli come on, he was like, okay. Because Kyle Walker was backing up. He knew he had to give himself 5 yards. And Martinelli was still breezing past him. Kyle Walker knew that there is a problem. And now I was worried, can Martinelli still sprint? And is he worried about whatever injury that he had, the hamstring injury? Like, Krisha, when Martinelli knew he could still sprint, it's not going to be a problem, it was over. I was like, that's what we needed. So, Go on.
He was an absolute demon on the left, Martinelli.
No, but I love Martinelli on the left.
That side. He was up and down that side. He was causing so much trouble. You could see Foden running back. You could see Kyle Walker getting back. He was
Elliot, hold on. She's not gonna get her. Like, but she just said, Elliot, before you better join the show, yeah. This heifer, I'm gonna say heifer now. She would call Martinelli a donkey. She was.
Don't even try it. I didn't say donkey. I said
Krisha,
noddy.
Krisha, don't do this.
Don't
She
look
would
up.
call
Don't look up.
Martinelli a donkey.
Wait. Let me hear that again. You called Gabriel Martinelli the man that Klopp would pay for. You called him
Then look down. Look up, boy. Look up, boy. Look up.
Call him a donkey. That's why she's a heifer. I'll tell you, that's why she's a
I didn't call
heifer.
him a donkey though. I don't recall a
Krisha,
donkey.
Krisha, you see me sweating. You see the sweat coming. You see the sweat coming. Because
Never a donkey.
people
Never a
who watch
donkey.
this show, they know what you do. They know how you cuss him out. You call him a donkey. You say he's rubbish.
I
You say all he does
love
is just run
number
and run
11.
like Forrest Gump. You call him Forrest Gump. You call him all the names here. And now
Oh yeah, Forrest Gump was one. Run,
Yeah.
Forrest,
Yes.
run.
Forrest Gump. You call him Forrest Gump. He was our leading scorer last year, and you call him Forrest Gump.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Elliot, this girl, you know, like, see, I'll use a bit of American slang. This girl's the most trifling girl ever. This girl, like, this girl, she,
He changed my mind now. He's changed my mind.
He came and turned the game on its head. He
Oh
literally.
no, don't get me wrong. I love him now.
Oh, you love him now. Wait a minute, hold on just a second. Like a woman who finds a man who just got into a whole lot of cash. Well, Johnny, come on, no. Those are gold digger. Those are gold digger settings. I'm just saying, those are gold.
That's one of my things went funny because Krisha knew the moment she said I love him. Yeah, that's why I was like, what? She knew I knew what she was on about. Okay.
I have no idea.
He was always here. She can't say anything. She is always here. He never went away. You just missed him. I don't know. Listen.
Right. So the next contention I need to talk about before I get to Declan Rice.
Yes.
They should have been down to 10 men easily before.
I'll let you go first until I go. I'll let you go.
When because I was talking about VAR and I was like, why did they intervene? But when they explained why, I got it. Of course, because VAR can't interject when it's just a second bookable or a second yellow card. They can only intervene if it's like a straight red, a penalty incident, something that the referee hasn't seen. But they can't intervene to tell the referee, you have to give him a second bookable offence, he's got to go. But they should have done it for dangerous play. They should, and they looked. And the thing is, what annoyed me for the first decision, they looked at it as if it was a potential red card, which it was the first tackle. You got away with that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a second yellow. 1,000% a second yellow. I feel the ref knew he would change. But I already said Big Pep looked at him like. I know your family. I know your family.
I like to touch balls. I like to touch balls. You don't like to touch balls? I like to touch balls. I like to touch balls.
I was shocked. I was shocked that the second yellow card didn't come out.
But you know what's so funny though? Baby Pep wasn't usually Baby Pep's always on the side, like type in and go to the other manager. Ain't it funny? He didn't do that to Big Pep.
No. He did pipe up, Frisch. He did pipe up.
Not like normal, not like he usually does.
Yeah.
Let me say this, guys. Let me say this. My theory with regards to the lack of sending off of Kovacic, the first one was a sending off, let alone the second one being a sending off. I keep saying this over and over again. I think VAR is very much linked to betting worldwide. And in a match such as this occasion, you do not want a man sent off that early So they got it in their ears saying, okay, the betting is such and such. Do not send the man off until later on in the match. It has to be absolutely blatant. But we have to keep the money circulating. So don't do a thing. The betting shops are in the ears of VAR. I insist on it because there's no doubt about that Kovacic should be off of that match.
Yes.
And there should have been they would have been defending for
We
the
saw
next
that same incident, wasn't it, with Liverpool and Tottenham? We saw that clear as day.
Yeah.
Betting. Hey, listen, this is dealing with online betting. I keep saying this.
And let's be honest, Odegaard doesn't really go down like that. Not like that. And then when it
was against Rice. It was against Rice.
Was it? Oh, it was Odegaard's first, wasn't it? Then
Odegaard first. The first was
the second one.
To be fair, with Odegaard, that was a straight red. You didn't even need no VR. Everyone
saw
it.
We saw it.
But
what did you think, right? The performance of our £105 million midfielder. What was your impression?
Worth every penny. You could put another 45 on that, and I wouldn't bat an eyelash. That guy is the dog's bollocks. He is the chef's kiss. He is the icing on the lovely wedding cake. Let me say this. This guy, I have not seen score under an 8 all season long. He is odds on our player of the season, bar none.
Yeah.
No one has performed to his level. No one has done what he has done all this year. This guy is the signing of the season. He may be big. I don't see anybody else anywhere in the Premier League make his impact on us as he would on Arsenal.
Okay, not on Arsenal. There's one player that's helping our enemy be at the top, which is James Maddison. Now James Maddison is listen, I'm just saying this to equal to rival, different qualities in price tags and whatever. But James Maddison has had an impact over at Spurs as to where they are in the league.
You don't even say that blasphemy. No. What Elliot said. Take that thing out your mouth.
To be fair, it should have been Havertz. It should have been Maddison. That's all I got.
Yes. Now, can you imagine if we had the Maddison to complement with? Thank you. Krisha, you ain't been watching Madison.
No, I've heard. Remember, I'm sold.
You know what I'm saying there, don't you?
No, I know. But
for 40 million quid, are you kidding me? Off them turns into 35 if he would have come our way.
I know. Okay, back to the game. Rice made 3 crucial interceptions today. 3.
Yes.
No, the first one was just that was a game changer because we all know if that goal went through that net, City would have had a field day with us.
I wasn't even talking about that because we covered that. I ain't talking about the clearance of the line. There was 3 important tackles he done today.
Yep.
3 creature. And it went unnoticed. Do you know why? Because he always does it.
Yeah, I know.
That's the killer of it.
Yeah.
But that is what we've been missing. Granit Xhaka was doing that last season. So we're giving it, right? I know you're
not to this level. Let me say this. I love Granit Xhaka.
Not to this level.
I love Granit Xhaka, but not to this level. This guy is a tackling savant. He knows exactly when to not go in. He knows exactly when to take the ball, and he just snatches up and heads it the other way.
No, I'll definitely say he's an upgrade from Xhaka. 1000%. Like, Elliot.
She said,
do not play with my.
Yeah, you know what this is? I'll tell you what this is. It's like stepping from a Prius to an absolute Lamborghini Aventador. You noticed it. You feel. You thought. No. No. A Ford Focus to a Lamborghini Aventador. You step in, you close the bloody.
Let's do a Qashqai at least.
Cash?
I don't. It's This is what we got to deal with. This is what I got to deal
No,
with.
but don't
This is
get me wrong. I like we. It's funny with fans. Like, remember we was all going, "Oh, look how much money we spent on rice. Oh, how can?" I'm not hearing
who
it now.
who
No,
Worst
when I'm looking on socials, I
every
saw it.
penny,
every damn penny,
every penny.
every penny.
Put 200 million on him. I wouldn't bet an eyelash. That's what it is. That is what world class looks like. That's what
Yeah,
a midfielder looks like.
I
Man City said they didn't have the money. There's a reason for that because this. Listen, and I say this: Man City didn't want him for any sort of tactical use. They wanted him to keep him away from us. That's
yeah.
exactly why they went.
because of today. That I don't know if you ever
Because
seen
of
on. I don't know if you ever seen on Filthy Fellas, right? It was Mikel Antonio was on there, and they was talking about like Rodri, how good Rodri is, And Mikel Antonio, who's his former player, teammate,
yeah.
said, "Well, who's better than him?" And Antonio went Rice, and it was what do you mean? He went, right, everything that Rodri can do, Rice can do, but Rice can do one more than what Rodri can, which is carry the ball. And also say, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Today is what you saw Mikel Antonio say. And Mikel Antonio said this, he said these words: put Rice in a good team and you will see what he's about.
Absolutely.
Seeing that right now. The only thing
Yeah.
I'll give Rodri credit for is that he comes up with big goals. But Rice,
Yeah, yeah. And
Rice,
then
let me put this.
and this yeah.
I think Rice could have got a goal if Nketiah didn't think he was
Yeah,
that kind
there
of
was
guy.
one moment where
Yeah.
Rice done
Rice was right there,
run.
brother. What?
Yeah, but he took the shot on. And he took the shot on and he went
And then
nowhere.
look at the shot. Even Gary was like, he was saying, "Why, Eddie? Why?"
And you know what? Eddie's lazy as well. People say he runs around. He does that chump run where he makes it look like he's running, but he's not really running. Because you saw Odegaard running from deep here,
Yeah.
Oh, Odegaard ran his socks off
pressing.
today. That guy was everywhere at once, man.
And
That guy's in a comic con.
Odegaard was running past Eddie, saying, "Eddie, come on, Eddie, come on, Eddie."
Now
And Eddie was
Odegaard still kind of he needs to stop doing these tricks. You saw he
on the
done one
flicks. Yeah,
trick.
yeah, yeah.
He
Yeah.
done that one trick, and all of a sudden that ball was in nearly in on us. Like what?
Well, he
Odegaard.
usually pulls those tricks off. But it's
He
City.
does.
So you
Yeah,
can't really,
yeah.
yeah. Those usually come off, but
Uh-huh. That's true.
so,
That's true.
but
So
yeah, Declan
But
was
1-0.
Declan.
The only thing is we needed 2 to 3-0 to get those scums, like because they believe they're winning the league
now,
now.
Chris, you know what? Chris, that don't bother me.
You take it.
I,
Just take it. You
Chris,
take 0.1 to nil. You'll take point zero zero
Chris,
zero zero
yeah.
zero one to nil. You take it as long as you beat City. I don't care how much. I don't. Listen,
Chris,
you're
I don't
not.
think you realise that those 3 points. It's been 6 years, 6 seasons
Yeah.
since we
No,
won.
I know. It's been a long time coming.
To win the way we won. They're going to complain and say they didn't have Rodri. We didn't have our best players either. We dealt with it. They dealt with it.
Yeah.
It was a game. It was a game that wasn't the most exciting game to watch, but it was a game where both teams, both managers respected each other,
Yeah.
and that's the difference. You saw two teams who realized we're quite similar now. We're quite similar. You're not. And City knew Arsenal's not that far off us. They're not that
Yeah.
far now. And what I saw from both managers was total respect for each other. The teams,
Yeah.
because they both weren't really going for it. Because they both knew if we slip up, they can hurt us.
Yeah.
But we played our game. We, like I said, first 20 minutes we were out of it. We just got back into it. And once we realized we can stifle Haaland, we like he didn't have a shot on goal. Did you know that? Did you know that
And we
Haaland
didn't even
didn't?
have Partey on. That's what actually takes the mick.
Here's a stat for you. Holland was 0 xG.
Yeah.
0 goose egg xG. That
Yes.
is unheard of. That has never happened since Holland's been in the league. 0
Yeah.
xG. That is astounding. One
Yeah.
thing that Guardiola realized now is that holy Jesus, I can't beat this midfield unless I have my best players. I can't do it. I can't beat this defense until I have my best players. It's only my best. I can put in my, before I used to put in my second, my third string, no problem.
Yeah.
We can deal with them. Now it's a case of I need my best team to beat Arsenal, and that is a feather in our cap. Let me say that we've come a long way from those days when they used to come in and thrash us 3-0. You used to go out
Yeah.
there and they used to thrash us 5-0. And it was an absolute bloodbath.
Didn't we tell you this last week? It feels good that we're in this position for once. But one thing, I tell you what I hate. Certain Arsenal fan bases still have an agenda against Arteta.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Right. And Elliot, you go on some of these shows, right? That
I've been there.
right? And I'm not going to name them to just to publicize them even more. But Elliot knows exactly who those few people I'm talking. Elliot, you know them, yeah. And they come out with agendas, and this is what's going to be tomorrow. They'll be on those certain shows. You was on one today, because I saw you, right?
I
And
saw you.
they'll get that person on, and then they will say, "Well, Arsenal won, but they wasn't up against Rodri. They wasn't up against De Bruyne. They wasn't. Elliot, you know they're going to be doing it. You know they're going to be saying stuff, right?
And that's why I'll finish your point.
Okay. And no matter what Arteta does, or how he wins, or how Arsenal win, you're going to have those rival fans, but mainly you're going to have those so-called Arsenal fans who don't go to games, who just live for the moment, just to say they're Arsenal fans, but I want the best for my club. Is that okay to have the best? You can want the best, but it's the way you go about talking about how you want the best.
Yeah.
And to me, those fans get on my nerves because they're like a Piers Morgan to a degree of they just want to say stuff to be relevant, but they're not relevant. You just look at them and think you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. If it's that bad, just don't say you're a supporter of the club. Let's say, go on. Go ahead.
I was saying to them on that show, you didn't feel sorry for Arsenal when we were playing bloody Gabriel and Holding at the back.
Yeah.
And bloody Haaland went off scoring 2 or 3 goals. He bloody let his hair down like it was bloody a Vidal Sassoon. and he was doing the frick
last season, yeah.
That absolute nonsense. You weren't feeling bad for us when we had to pull off Party in the FA Cup, and then you got that one goal from Nathan Ake, and said, "Oh no, it was a tactical masterclass. Oh, this is what champions do." Don't give me that rubbish. We finally got our first team on there. Yes, we got a little bounce in our way, but at the end of the day, you've had the rub of the green for years, so don't give me that absolute trash. At the end of the day, you lost to the better side. We gained our position in the second half. We had most of the stats on our way. I believe we had 11 shots, 6 on target. I think they had 10 shots and like 2 or 3.
I'll get that. Yeah, go on.
Get the stats up. We were leading in most of these stats, and we took it to them in the second half. So don't tell me that we were lucky to beat you because of.
Here we go. We're talking about I'm going to get you in a second. So you haven't been saying much. These were the stats today.
I'm not really saying much.
You're not saying much. Right, so the possession was 48.9 to Arsenal, 51.1 to City. Quite close. Yeah. Shots. Arsenal had 12 shots. City had 4 shots. 4 shots all game. Mm-hmm. Arsenal had 2 on target. City had 1 on target.
There it is.
Touches. You know, City normally have 10,000 touches, yeah?
They're the touch kings.
The touches were 663 for Arsenal, 667 for City.
Wow.
Touches. Passes, 497 for Arsenal, 521 for City. Tackles, 21 each. Clearances. Arsenal only had 10 clearances. Guess how many City clearances that City had? 14. Where was the danger more? 5 corners to 4 wheels, 2 offsides, there were 0. Now, this is the funny thing. So when we go head to head and we talk about, okay, we haven't won in the last 6 years, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been 53 games played between City and Arsenal. Do you know how many games that Arsenal's actually won in the Premier League against them? 24.
24, yeah, I was thinking, yeah.
City has only won 19. Arsenal home wins against City. We've got 13, they've got 12. Away wins. Do you know how many away wins Arsenal actually have against City?
Oh, yeah.
Loads.
11. Do you know
Yeah,
how many away wins that City have against Arsenal?
about 4 or
7.
5.
7.
7. There you go. There you go.
So it's only the last 5-6 seasons that where it's been
Yeah,
bad.
it's been, yeah.
And the funny thing is, this is what newcomer supporters only look at. That's why I call them newcomers. Us old heads, we look at the history.
Oh, yeah.
We look at history. So when
Yeah, but I just said, just like what I said about, I think we said last week, we had our time, like what Chelsea and Man United is going through right now. All the legends, all the great players, they've come, they've gone. They're in struggle. I think this is our time now. This is where we're really going to peak. I think we peaked it last season. Shame it didn't finish the way how we would like it. But I think going forward, I think we've got at least 4, 5, 6 seasons where I think we're always going to be first or second. I'm going to call it.
When we peak is when we get that top striker, we get that right winger.
Yeah.
When we get those two additives, it's over for a lot of teams. A lot of teams. City are looking behind the thing. When they get those two, we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble.
I think we need 3.
Where would the third be?
Okay. 1 more midfielder. Because Thomas Partey is a breakdown machine, and we can't keep having Kai Havertz there.
Yeah, I agree with Partey. But I think he has someone in mind, but I don't think it's I think it's like a Zubamendi or you take your pick. But I think he has somebody in mind. He does. I
think next summer coming up, not January. I think January we'll either get a wing or a striker. But
I think Pedro Neto is on the cards. I really do. I really think Pedro Neto's on the cards.
I think it's going to be a striker to get us over the line. But come the summer, we'll make 2 more signings, and I'm happy with it. It will be a midfielder because Jorginho's going to go, El Nenny's going to go, and Partey is going to go.
Yeah,
so
I think
Partey could go end of this season.
Partey will be the next Jorginho, if you ask me.
Actually, no, you got a point there. But would you extend his contract? So he's only going to have 1 more year left, or would you let him contract?
Why would he want to? Okay, the only way he's going to leave is if Saudi Arabia give him bring in big money. Other than that, I don't see him leaving.
I need that, but Elliot, if we're going to cash in on someone, we need to cash in on that.
Yeah.
On who? On Partey?
Will go next season. Eddie will go next season.
I think Eddie's going next year. Yes, I agree. As much as he loves him, as much as he treats him like his very own son, he'll cash in on him. Yeah, he will.
Do you know what? I think I know some people put the game, but the game's done. We're excited. We talk about next season. I think there could be some players that could leave that may surprise me. But I think Smith Rowe's going to go. I think Nelson will go. I think Eddie will go. El Nenny's going to go. And Partey could be one of those as well. And then it sounds like a lot of players, but when you think of those 3 players, Smith Rowe, Nelson, and Eddie will bring it close to 100 million between those 3.
Yeah, do we have anyone in the under 21s in Arsenal that could come up?
We got some youth players. We
got Miles Skelly that's coming up, and he also has Wanyeri, who are very, very, very good. They're on their way, really are. They have some very good.
We've got replacements. And
plus you got my man on loan. You got my man.
You got Dewsbury Hall.
No, not Dewsbury Hall. The taller. The taller guy, the one that nearly went away, and he was at
Norton Cuffy.
Yeah, not Norton Cuffy. Anyways, one of them that's away right now. I don't want to ruin the quality of the show, but one of them ways right now is coming back, and I think he'll bring in competition for next season as well.
Okay, so we got some. Okay, 5 more minutes, and then we'll do the don't judge me. How do you think we're going to play the next game against Chelsea? Predictions.
It's a ridiculous bliss. We're going to have fun. 6-1. I think that's one because Raya, if he's playing, he's going to let the ball in by accident.
Nisha, have you been watching Chelsea lately? Have you been watching Chelsea lately?
Of course I have.
Do you know they won their last couple of games now?
And what's the point? Do you know who we are? Do you know who we are?
See, this is what happens. You beat City, yeah, and it goes to
I'll
people.
say it with my chest. 6-1 annihilation.
What are you looking at? And it looks a bit.
I am looking at. No, continue. I'll get the name of it.
Okay, so.
Oh, Elliot's after that name. He's after
Yeah,
that name.
I am after that name. You're right. I am
So
after
this is
that
where
name.
we stand. This is where we stand. So, I mean, these games. I mean, Arsenal in the last few games, right, that we play City. It's been
Charlie Patino. There it is. Remember the name.
Yeah, it could be his time. Elliot, you could be right. It could be his time.
Watch the name. He's doing well.
Sorry.
On his new loan, he's doing very, very well. He's doing very, 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 very well, actually.
What position? Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4,
I think
5.
Arteta had a word in Patino's ear saying, "Listen, a lot of midfielders are heading out next year, and you could be the one to step in." So
Right.
Watch out for Charlie Patino.
We got Chelsea. The last 6 games, I'm going to read out the results. December 2020, Arsenal won 3-1. May 2021, Arsenal won 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. Then in August 2021, Chelsea beat Arsenal 2-0 at the Emirates. April 2022, we battered Chelsea 4-2. November 2022, we beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 1-0. May 2023, we beat Chelsea 3-1. So, like, going back on those 6 results, Arsenal have been having the upper hand against Chelsea. They have. And then in the stats in the head-to-head, 62 games in the Premier League played, 17 drawn. Arsenal have won 20. Chelsea have won 20, and Arsenal have won 25. Yeah? At the home wins, Chelsea have won 13, Arsenal have won 15. At the away wins, Chelsea have only won 7, Arsenal have won 10. The stats still favour Arsenal. This is not what the hell is this girl doing? This is still not Mourinho's team anymore. I know. Edit, this is the foolishness I have to deal with. So I'll read those stats out. Krisha, you're saying...
Follow me.
5.
6?
Is that 5?
1?
6-1. You're saying 6-1. Hang on.
And when he's 6-1.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Oh my God. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
1-0 to Arsenal today.
What are you saying,
For Chelsea, is that right?
Yeah.
For Chelsea, I am saying, I would say, I say the same scoreline as last year, 2-0. I think we have to be wary of Chelsea. They got a good win. They're starting to bring things together slowly, but it was Burnley for crying out loud. But they're slowly starting to infuse his Pochettino's infusing his tactics on his side, and it's starting to get results right now. But again, we have too much for them. And plus, we'll have Saka and Martinelli healthy for that draw. So Saka, Jesus, Martinelli is back. And
I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. I'm going for an Arsenal. I'm going for like a 3-0 win. But you missed something out. We're going to have our best 11 going to Stamford Bridge.
Well, there's Timber, remember. That's our best.
Yeah, but you got Thomas Partey back in the midfield with Rice. Oh, God.
I think he'll bring Havertz back to the midfield. I really do. I don't.
No.
I don't like it.
If he puts him on, someone hold Arteta's
especially for that match at Stamford Bridge. Especially for that, he's going to bring him back. He will not deny him.
Family ransom. You better play Kai. You better play.
And you know what? I'll leave something for. Don't judge me, but I'll leave something for that.
Okay.
Right. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I was about to say we gotta get into the don't judge me because. All right. So this is don't judge me. People like this part. Elliot, I'll start with you because I need to hear this. Don't judge me.
Don't judge me, but Kai Havertz will have the match of the season v Chelsea.
Yeah. I ain't judging that.
He is pissed off at that side over there for misusing him. And I'll tell you one thing, you're going to see a very, very, very determined, very angry Kai Havertz at Stamford Bridge this time. For all those days that they used to boo at him and they used to call him trash, believe me, he cannot wait for 2 weeks to happen because he has got that marked on his calendar saying, I'm coming back to smash you all. I'm coming back to show you what you should have had, how you should have used me in that match. Believe me, he'll have his best match of the season that day. Kai Havertz, best match of the season v Chelsea. Don't judge
I hear you. Yep. Krisha?
Don't judge me.
Hey, don't be strong again. I'll tell you that, mate. I'll just fade out on this voice telecast if we do that again.
Don't judge one.
I'm about to walk out. I know I'm about to walk out.
I think we should bring Xhaka back. Guys. One is not allowed to judge.
But one's allowed to walk away, I can tell you that.
Exactly. Yeah. I just...
Then we'll have the dream team.
But she's not alone, you know. There's many people out there bloody well want Xhaka back. You know how many people want, look at this. They're sending love letters to him. What the hell is this, mate? I want to give him a rose or something. He's a bachelor or something. What is that?
He's ready to spoil his child.
Oh, God. Xhaka.
That's fine.
That's worse than my Pepe one.
Oh. Yeah, that Pepe one was mad. That was absolutely
We could have done with Pepe today.
I have sensible, don't judge me. Y'all swing for the fences, I'll tell you that. Bloody hell, mate.
Alright,
Go on, don't judge me. What's your
my was so crazy. I'm with Elliot. Don't judge me, because I said it last week that Kai Havertz is going to return to Stamford Bridge. And whether he starts or he comes, I think they're going to bring him on as an impact. I think Arsenal will be winning 1 or 2-0, and to see the game out, instead of putting the pressure on Havertz, Arteta will bring him on to close the game out. And then we'll get a penalty, and guess who's going to take it?
Oh.
That would be a kick in the face. No pun intended.
That would be an absolute slam dunk of a match right there. That is, wow.
Yeah.
We'll be like 1-0 up, yeah? We'll be like the 85th minute. We get a penalty. Everyone's thinking it's going to be Saka or Odegaard. And then they'll be playing about it, and they'll go, finish them. Listen to the crowd. Finish them.
Wow.
And do you know what, yeah? Us fans, we would be pissed that they're going to give it to Havertz, yeah?
Let me tell you something. You think, listen, Kai Havertz is going to be public enemy number 1 at Stamford Bridge if he takes that penalty. I kid you not. That guy is going to...
Arteta wouldn't do that. Arteta wouldn't. He wouldn't.
But you know what? Kai Havertz is going to love it.
Yes. Krisha, that moment. When you say, if we were 2-0 up here, I would want Kai Havertz to take that penalty in the 85th minute. And when he
I don't
scores,
think he needs a penalty. I think he will just score.
Krisha, do you know what it is? That crowd will be making so much noise.
Oh, yeah.
And Havertz will feel it. You know, like you see, like in superheroes, when the
Well,
bad guy gets the energy, that would be Havertz. And when he scores, Krisha, Stamford Bridge will just desert. They will just start walking out. And Havertz will just have the last laugh. And you see when Tottenham do over celebrations, what do you think Arsenal's going to do?
We're going to act like we won the whole season. We won the treble.
Mate,
That's my take. I think Kai Havertz is going to score next week. I think he's going to score, and
right.
I want him to score. And
But I say he'll start. I think he'll start. I really do think he'll start against. I think he'll play the left. I think they'll play him the left eight. I think it's going to be Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus.
Jesus.
And yeah, I think he'll start the left eight next week. I think he will. I think he will.
I'll tell you what.
Oh,
If Saka
hey,
doesn't
here's
play,
another thing. Now, imagine if Jorginho started as well.
Yo.
Saucy. Wait, no,
Yeah.
no, wait, no, guys.
That guy's
Because
a
you ain't
liability.
started.
He
Because you
better
ain't
not.
started.
He
He
better
ain't
not.
started. He'll come out to close the game. He'll come out with
2 minutes left for the game. He gets to
like
touch the pitch.
Oh, boys, coming back home to Stamford Bridge. Oh, that would be massive. Oh, let's go. I'm here for it. I'm here for it all day. And let me say this. Jorginho was excellent today. All right?
Yeah.
I know he has a bozo gene, but Jorginho was very, very good today. He
He
was.
had
He
his
was.
composure today.
Yeah.
He was.
Better game.
Organizing. He's very much. Listen, he had runners. He had
Listen,
Rice running.
after what happened to the last game,
Yeah.
he owed it
Yeah.
to us.
He was good.
To us.
That bozo gene was back. I nearly went online to talk to Robbie and say, hey, that bozo gene, yeah? Remember I told you about that, yeah? Yeah? They have highlight reels about his bozo gene. You think I was joking? All right, fair enough.
He was good. He was good. All right. So that's it for today's show. All done. There won't be a show for the next 2 weeks because
Internationals, yeah.
No. Keep going.
Yeah, so on the 20, so not next week, but the week after, me and Krisha are away for 3 games actually. We're away on the 20 from the 21st to the 29th. So we'll do a show in about 3 weeks. It seems we're gonna miss about 3 games.
Okay.
Yeah, we're taking
No,
a bit.
But we will
the
have
next
a
week.
lot to talk
You might
about.
as well end the show by predicting the next 3 matches then, if that's the case.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think we did, didn't we?
No, I don't think we
have
did.
already done that. Yeah, we've already got those predictions. You can't go back
Yeah, we've
now.
got those predictions. We've done it.
Yeah,
We did.
Yeah, edit. We're winning because we're taking Chris's first answer.
I
Taking
erased.
Chris's first
No, I
answer.
erased that. Let's not go back.
No.
Let's not
We're
go back.
taking the first answer. So me and Elliot so far. Yeah.
We didn't get
So
the result, but we got the win. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So the second game is against Chelsea that we all said that we're going to beat Chelsea. Then we go against Sheffield United. We all said we're going to beat Sheffield United.
Are we not doing the midweek?
No, these are the games. Are we talking about Champions League?
Yes.
Yeah, Champions League, but we disrespected the Champions League because that last game was shocking.
But that's what happens though. So okay, what do you think of the Champions League? Do you think we're going to win?
I think we'll draw at Sevilla. I think Sevilla is a very good home side. And again, they won the Europa League last year, so I think we'll get a draw out of that. If we win, so be it. But again, we gotta have a better effort than we did against Lyon. Lyon, that was
shocking.
That was shocking.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's happening with Saka, though, isn't it? I think the next couple of games, believe it or not, if we don't see Saka play in the Champions League, we won't see him play in the. Well, hold on. The Premier League comes first, so we play
Chelsea comes first. Chelsea.
If we don't see him play against Chelsea, then the injuries worse than what they're letting on.
Yeah.
No, he's been on the bench. He was on the bench. Well, he was up. I don't think he's doing any England internationals, and they said
he was never going to play any. Let's be honest, he was never going to play.
He was never going to start today. But I think they're resting him because now he's out of contention for England. So I think they're resting him for next Premier League.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to give.
Do you think Arteta's done a smart thing though? Because
very much so. Yeah.
Because if you play today, they would have played him for England.
Yes.
If he played today, number one, they would have played him for England. Number two, he was risking longer-term injury.
Yeah.
So they have to rest him.
Yeah.
As I said, bring in Pedro Neto. We need him in January. That's it.
Yeah. 100%. All right. That's it. Show done. Thank you all. Well, yeah.
We love you, Arsenal. We do. We love you, Arsenal. We do. We love you, Arsenal. We do. Oh, Arsenal, we love you.
Yeah. That's yeah.
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 Yeah.